Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be installing 5 things you didn't know you needed for your Jeep Cherokee interior. Today, Ash is here to help me out with this video. Like I said earlier, we're gonna be installing 5 things into our Jeep Cherokee interior that even we didn't know that we needed to begin with. We've got 5 different things inside of this box. This box is from a company called Printi Parts. They 3D print all of their parts, which is pretty amazing. And they make some really cool stuff that I'm very excited to show y'all. So let's go ahead and we'll open this box. We already have this box open. So inside of every Printi Parts order, well actually, I don't think you'll have a thank you card.
There's some pretty cool holographic stickers that have some Cherokees and Wranglers on them.
Yeah, Wranglers. Looks like we've got a business card. And then this was something that they were very keen on telling us. Every order comes with a piece of candy, which is pretty cool.
About that. That's mine.
Aside from that, we got some pretty cool stuff in here, so why don't you do the honors?
All right, so the very first piece is a Cherokee mold panel.
This goes inside of the center console. This is gonna go on like the lid cover for that center console, and we can basically strap stuff to it or whatnot. This is gonna be really cool. I'm excited about this one.
I believe this piece is also for the center console. It's like a little tray that goes at the bottom.
No, right at the top, so we can put stuff in there. For this piece in particular, I know there's a few different ways that you can order it. Like right here, I just went for the 3 big slots on top, so I don't know, we can put our like keys or wallet, phone maybe here. On their website, there's different variations of this product, I believe. I opted for the 3 big spaces on the inside.
Oh, so this is their, I don't think they have this exact style on their website yet. They might now, but this is their center console latch. As many Cherokee owners know, that latch that holds your lid for your center console down often breaks very quickly or is already broken from when you bought it.
We've got, I'll go get some B-roll of this, but we've got 3 Cherokees in the driveway. 2 out of 3 of those latches are broken on them. I think this one is one of the broken ones. This is gonna be going into the green Cherokee, obviously, but yeah, this is something that they're very excited to share with us, and I'm very excited to share this with you guys. And
so this is actually an under hood light that we definitely need to do some wiring, but it's definitely something that we didn't think that we needed, but would be extremely helpful.
I keep saying I'm super excited about this and that, but I'm excited about all of it. I'm pretty sure from the factory, Cherokees come with under hood lights.
Do they?
I know that all the Cherokees in our driveway don't have them.
I've witnessed like 6 or 7 different Cherokees between me, you, and Jake, and none of them had under hood lights.
But I'm pretty sure they do. But this is gonna be a very nice upgrade either way. This thing seems extremely sturdy. I mean, it's literally all there. This is a very solid piece of plastic, polymer.
Well, polymer is plastic, but
yeah, polymer.
All right, lastly is a piece that we're gonna have to do a little bit of our own work in order to make this work, but this is a switch panel that goes for the, what is it called?
The overhead center
Overhead center console.
The overhead center console. Not every Jeep Cherokee has the overhead center console. We have one that we're gonna be installing to this, and we're gonna be sharing that with y'all today. This switch panel in particular, we're gonna be using it for lights. Originally, I wanted to use it for our air lockers, but we don't have those yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and get the lights installed, the light switches installed.
And this is the only one that we had to purchase any secondary stuff for, so that we could actually fix up the overhead panel that we have, as well as buy some switches to actually go into here as well.
So yeah, that's everything that we've got. Let's get to work. The first thing we're going to be starting today is the overhead center console. We've got a lot of work to do on this piece in particular, so we're going to be starting it first because it's going to have to dry and whatnot, because, like I said, it needs a lot of work. Originally, I grabbed this out of a junkyard many years ago, probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago. We're going to be putting this into the Jeep, but obviously, like I said, it needs a lot of work, because we're not going to be putting it in like this. So right here, this is the piece. We're missing pieces to this thing too. This thing right here. Here we go. This is where this piece goes, I'm pretty sure. This is like for a garage door opener or something. So So we're gonna go ahead and get this removed. So that piece, we'll keep that. And I'm pretty sure this just goes right in the place of that. So you can see on this old piece, the old garage door opener cover, it's got these little plastic tabs. We've got the same exact thing on this new switch panel. They're actually made out of metal on this, which is pretty nice. But it goes into here somehow. I'm gonna try to figure it out. So on the back here, it looks like it's gonna be easier to put this piece in from the back. The back of this like garage door opener section and whatever this other section is comes off. So like I said, I think it's gonna be easier to put it through the back. So that's what we're gonna try out right now. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's see if we can get this in there. Like this. I'm pretty sure that's the procedure to do it because I don't see how else you could do this. Sweet, so that's in there right now. I had to file down the corners right here on just either side. Just do like literally a big file just so to get it to fit in there snugly, but it looks like it's in there good. So that's gonna look, I mean, that's not gonna look cool. We're gonna fix that, but that's gonna look really cool. Pretty good spot for switches. So let's go ahead and fix the rest of this thing. Ash and I were not excited to do this. We've owned this Cherokee for almost 10 years now. Back when we first got it, we attempted to put a headliner in it, but we used subpar tools in the incorrect materials, so it just came out absolutely terrible, and we ripped it out soon after. Ever since, we've tried to stay clear of headliner projects, or similar projects for that matter, until now. We bought a nice foam-backed material specifically for headliners, along with a headliner glue spray we got off Amazon, just the one with the best reviews, and we attempted to bring this overhead center console back to its former glory. After stripping off all the old material, which was pretty easy, we sprayed both the console and the back of our new material. We got them into position with each other and mated them together. This glue we used seemed to bite really well, so we only had one shot to lay this down correctly. There was no removing this to try again. Luckily, we succeeded. We cut away where the material won't be needed, and we set this aside to dry before continuing with it. While that overhead console is drying, we're gonna be working on the inside here. This thing is an absolute mess since we've been working on the Jeep literally for the past 2 months, but we're gonna be working in here, and we're gonna be specifically working on this center console. 3 out of the 5 pieces that we're showing you all today are part of this center console. So first thing that we're going to be doing here is the latch. This is that upgraded latch that we were telling you all about, and here is the old one that is literally broken. So this is going to be the quickest thing today. 2 screws and we should have the new one on. All right, let's see how that does. Let me tighten the back here. This thing is always loose. Cool.
That thing hasn't closed all the way in
correctly in a long time, yeah. So they were telling us that it has a spring in here, so it has a little bit of give, so it shouldn't. I think when they break is when they're slammed down like this maybe, but it has a little bit of give, so it shouldn't be doing that anymore. Cool, that's awesome. Sweet. All right, well, let's put this stuff on. I guess we can show you all this. Let's see how this goes in.
Oh, nice. That fits perfect.
Yeah, that's super cool. So maybe, let's see. These are what I air down the tires with. I wonder, that might not close. Oh, that closes with them in there. That's sweet. So yeah, those can go right on top there. Maybe, I don't know, I think my wallet would fit in there. These are also air down tools. Fit those right there. That's pretty cool. Sweet, I like that. And then you can keep stuff that you don't use all the time inside of here, like this change.
Wait, we have change in there?
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring that inside. We can use that.
Right there. Cool. Let's try to fit this. Actually, I wonder if this stuff probably won't fit in there with this.
Oh, with the mold panel?
Maybe. Yeah, it probably will. So all these parts are 3D printed. When I was told that they were 3D printed, I'd imagine that the finish on them wasn't gonna be all that great, but the finish on this mold panel and on all the other parts, like the face that you're actually gonna be looking at, it actually has a really nice look to it. I don't know how they do that, but it's got a really nice look to it. It doesn't look like, if you look at the back here, it's not finished like the front is. And this is what I was thinking that the entire thing was gonna look like, but it doesn't. It looks really nice actually. So let's try to get that installed. With the mold panel comes these 6 screws. It's some hardware for the mold panel. We're gonna have to just drill them into this plastic. Instead of drilling holes and stuff, I'm just gonna go right for it, see if we can get these to drill right through. Let's see where they have to be. So I just had the great idea to take this off.
Sure.
We're gonna take this off and do this outside of the Jeep. There's literally no reason to do it in here. So disregard what I said before. We are gonna be drilling the holes just to make this go a little smoother. So we got the first one right here. I'm gonna leave it a little loose. So 3 things right there, 3 brand new things. That's super cool. Now I gotta find a way to get these screws to stay tight. They never do. But yeah, all right, so let's see what we can do here. Cool, so that's in there good. And leave those. Oh, you can literally leave some pretty big stuff in here. Like this is pretty thick. Doesn't interfere with the mold panel. Not sure what I'm gonna be keeping on the mold panel. I'll keep you all updated on that once I figure it out, but that looks pretty good. That's awesome. That looks really cool. Pretty nice. Now for the last thing that we're gonna be installing today, we're gonna make our way to the engine bay of the Jeep, but it's not the last thing that we're gonna be doing today. We still gotta work on that overhead console once it's done drying. So here's that old latch. You can see there's no more clip on it. This one has a little bit of give to it with that spring, which is really nice. Makes closing it very nice and easy. Shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't be breaking. I think the pups broke that one. Me trying to lift it up with the pups' weight on it. All right, cool. Let's go work on the engine bay. Last thing is the light for under the hood. I'm pretty excited about this one. We did have a under hood light at one point. I don't think the wiring here is here anymore. See, this is for the light. I don't know where the heck the wiring would be though. It's very messy under here right now because we still gotta find a home for everything. For people who haven't been following along, we're doing a 1-ton swap to this Jeep. We've got the coilover towers sticking up basically where they're not supposed to be. There's not supposed to be coilover towers in this engine bay is what I'm saying. So we've got to find a home for like this fuse box right here, this coolant reservoir, just stuff like that. So it's kind of a mess in here right now, but I don't know what we're gonna do for lights for this thing. I mean, for wiring. So I was wondering, I'm super glad I still have this piece on here. This actually clips into this old, I'm assuming the old underhood light mount, because you can see we've got 3 indents right here, 3 right there, 3 basically tabs. It looks like this piece is actually in good shape still, which is pretty cool because I didn't even know it was down here. Let's see if that clips into place. Wow, that is so cool. Oh, we just gotta wire this up now. Let's get a battery. We'll get a battery over here. Just hook them up to the battery. See how this thing works. All right, here's the battery for the Jeep. We also have to find a home for this, which is gonna be interesting. We're gonna run out of room real quick. We're gonna move this really close. We're just gonna put these wires right onto the battery so we can see how good, if this light's any good. I don't need wiring, I just need the battery really close to it.
Oh my God.
Let's just leave the hood off. There's an on and off switch over here to the side. Turn that on. Oh, it's super cool.
Nice.
It's gonna be really cool when we're at camp at night and maybe hopefully not working on the Jeep, but if we need to open up this engine bay and take a look at something, it's gonna make it really easy. That's pretty nice.
Here.
Yeah, nighttime shot. That's sweet. I like that. That thing is awesome. That's so cool. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're gonna go ahead and wire this up right now just because there's a lot that needs to be done in this engine bay. We're gonna be putting more wires in here. So I think there should be wires already in here. I've had this harness apart, so there is a possibility that they got wrapped up because I didn't think they were gonna get used. So we're gonna go look. We got 2 more Cherokees outside. We're gonna go take a look at those, see if they got the light, the OEM light still, so we can see exactly where that wiring is so we can show y'all. So we got the red Cherokee here. This is my daily. We're gonna go ahead and see if this has got the wiring. I don't think it has the light anymore, but there is a chance it has the wiring. Oh, literally nothing is there. Oh man, not even, yeah. I'm so glad we still had that bracket. Where is the wiring though? Oh, it's probably this thing, maybe? Oh, yeah, this is probably it right here. I'm assuming, yeah, this is gonna be it. We'll go look on the other Cherokee we got in the driveway just to make sure. But if you were going to wire this up, just cut these 2 wires, make sure you wire them up correctly to that new light, and you should be good to go. That should have power at all times, I'm assuming. Third Cherokee, let's see what this one's got. So it looks like Jake's has the bracket right here. And actually, he's got the light right here connected to that electrical connection that I thought it was the right one on my Jeep. So let's go see if the green Cherokee has this connection that we need. And we'll see if we can just wire it up to that. Yep, right here, this is the connection. I have it zip tied right to this bracket. I've actually got a few connections that I don't know where they go to. This is the one we need though. I don't know what that one goes to. That might be ABS because this Jeep had ABS to begin with. So let's get this. We got a 2-wire electrical connection right here. Let's get this end cut off and we'll get it connected right onto our new light. So I decided that we are going to wire up this light, which is just what I did. Obviously, the battery is very loosely installed. I just got the connections somewhat on very loosely once again, because we're not gonna get into this engine bay quite yet. But I wanted to wire this up so we can see how it works, and it works pretty good. I'm not sure why. So there's 2 wires that come off this light, a black and a red one, and then there's 2 wires that came off the old plug, a black and a red one. I connected those wires, red on red and black on black. The light didn't work for some reason. I had power coming off the Jeep at this red wire. So there's something wrong with this ground coming off the Jeep. I'm assuming. I don't think there's another switch or anything anywhere. So for now, I just grounded this black wire to the hood of the Jeep and it's working just fine. Hopefully we don't have a problem with that draining the battery of the Jeep or something like that, but that's something we can worry about in the future. We got plenty more things to do until then. So for now, that takes care of that. This is all done for now. That's super bright. That's gonna be really nice on those dark nights on the trail. So for now, we're gonna jump back over to that overhead center console. We actually let this dry overnight. We probably could have just waited like an hour or 2 and it would have been fine. But just to play it safe, we gave it a night to dry. We were very careful not to get this dirty. I kind of wish we went with a black material instead of the gray. The gray is way lighter than I thought it would be and easy to get dirty. Eventually, when we do the headliner, we'll do it in a black material. I think the black headliner and the gray console will have a nice contrast to each other. We reassembled the console. We had to trim some of the material here and there to get everything to fit right. Overall, this thing came out absolutely amazing. So much better than I imagined it would. So we just about got this thing all done. It's looking so good. Honestly, we did a really good job. But before we put on this rear cover that kind of covers the new switch panel on the back side, we've got some new switches that we're gonna put in our new switch panel. So you can see we've got one of those aftermarket toggle switches. This one, I don't know if you can read it. It says, what does it say? Light pods, LED light pods, something like that. So that kind of gives you a little insight to a future video maybe. We're gonna be installing this one. We're not gonna be installing this one. I actually got one to replace that. I won't tell you guys what that is. And we're gonna be installing this one today. I got 2 more coming in, so we got 4 spots. This one, same thing, but this one says chase lights. So that is also kind of insight into a future video. Should see that here in a few weeks. That is so cool. LED pod lights. I'm gonna skip one right here because I have an idea of when I wanna go right there. This one is gonna be chase lights. That is so cool. And then I'll give you guys a sneak peek onto what this one was going to be. This switch isn't gonna work. This one says rock lights. We're not gonna be using this one. You'll see in the future video that we're gonna be coming out with, you'll see what I'll be putting in these 2 extra positions. That looks so cool though, that's awesome. This came out so good. I am extremely happy about this. It's gonna be very excited to do the rest of the headliner in the Jeep, but that's gonna be much later on. We gotta get like the backing plate for the headliner because I threw it out a while back. Don't know why I did that, but this just has me so excited for that. This came out really good. Looks literally brand new. Like I said earlier, I pulled this out of a junkyard at one point and looked like someone had already stolen parts off of it, like the 4 lenses for the lights, and I believe there's supposed to be a sunglasses holder right here. So I'm gonna have to search on eBay. Hopefully I can find those individual parts. I doubt it. And if not, hopefully I can just find, you know, one of these assembled at a junkyard and I can steal the parts off of it and then sell the rest to make my money back. So we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna go get this installed into the Jeep the best we can, and we're gonna see how it looks. The front of this screws into holes that are already there. The console replaces the visor hooks up front. There's new visor hooks integrated into the console, but the rear, I found out later, needs a special bracket that I don't have. I use tape for now, but in the future, I plan to build my own bracket for this. That looks so good. Like I said, I'm extremely excited to do the headliner now, but we gotta get that backing plate. So that's gonna be in the future once this thing is already running and driving. But for now, I'm having a good time just looking at this. It looks really cool. This is a perfect spot for the switches, so we don't have to clutter the dash with, you know, just cutting out holes for switches and whatnot. So I think this is gonna work out really good. I think this was a great addition to the Jeep. I think everything that we did inside of the center console today was also a great addition to the Jeep. We've got the center console tray, the center console mold panel, along with the brand new latch. These parts truly are phenomenal quality. They look really good, and I'm excited to give them the use that they deserve. You can check out all of these parts at PrintiParts.com. They've got a ton of parts over there on their website to choose from, much more than the 5 that we talked about today. You can also go check them out on Instagram, and I believe they have a YouTube as well, doing some installs and whatnot of their parts. So I know this video was a little different than the usual fabrication videos that we've been doing lately. We're gonna be jumping right back into the fabrication videos. We've got a lot of work to do to this Jeep if we wanna get it done for June. I appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see you out on the trail, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah. It's just part of the work. You know, Max, you need to go to the dentist. Give me out.